Hello and welcome back to Concealed. Once a reigning figure in the entertainment world, Sean Diddy Combs was famed for hosting some of the most extravagant parties in the industry, drawing A-list celebrities like Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Jennifer Lopez, Justin Bieber, and Mariah Carey. These events were not only coveted invitations, but cultural phenomena where new music debuted and iconic moments unfolded. But today, the man once known for his glamour and influence sits in a Brooklyn jail, facing a rapidly expanding federal case centered on allegations of sex trafficking, racketeering, and assault, as well as a slew of civil lawsuits accusing him of sexual misconduct and abuse. For many, Diddy's downfall has been nothing short of shocking, revealing a dark side that has left both his former fans and the industry reeling. Rob Shooter, a former publicist for Combs during the early 2000s, reflected on his former client's powerful aura in an exclusive BBC interview. Shooter recalled that a nod from Diddy to join him in the VIP section meant a memorable night, an exclusive invitation to join the inner circle of one of the entertainment industry's most influential figures. But that world is gone, and Combs' current reality, a jail cell in Brooklyn, is a far cry from the Hamptons mansions and Beverly Hills estate where he once entertained Hollywood royalty. The charges against Combs mark a stark and rapid fall from grace. Federal prosecutors have detailed allegations of a network that stretched from New York to Los Angeles, from hotel suites to exclusive white party events. Among the lawsuits is an alleged pattern of sexual exploitation, manipulation, and abuse, with Combs at the helm, accused of using his status, wealth, and influence to create an environment of coercion, fear, and intimidation. Diddy, however, denies all allegations. A spokesperson for the rapper insists that he is innocent, stating that he remains resolute in his defense with the full support of his family and legal team and is set to face trial in May 2025. Combs' former publicist Shooter reflected on his time working with the mogul, describing the rapper's desire to establish himself as the party king of New York. According to Shooter, Combs wanted to reinvent his image and stay relevant in an industry where power and status were everything. His Bad Boy Records label was already a major force, representing artists like the Notorious B.I.G. and Usher. By the late 1990s, Combs was diversifying, launching the popular Sean John clothing line, then expanding into fragrance, media, and eventually reality TV. His lavish parties became legendary events, a blend of music, fashion, and celebrity that blurred lines between culture and spectacle. Combs was meticulous about his image and obsessed with maintaining his reputation, recalls Shooter. He hosted grand parties with impeccable security, complete with metal detectors and guards at every corner. He had an eye for staging these gatherings as cultural milestones. In his own mind, Combs saw himself not just as a music mogul, but as a royal figure, even requesting his staff to reach out to Prince Harry and Prince William multiple times with party invitations, going as far as offering to pay for their security and travel. Though the royals never attended, the fact that he tried speaks volumes about his perception of himself as a king-like figure. But beneath the glitz and glamour, allegations from former attendees and employees describe a far darker reality. For years, Combs' legendary white parties, initially held in the Hamptons and then in Beverly Hills, were marketed as elite, all-white dress code events that mixed New York's high society with hip-hop's rising stars. Combs had said that these parties aimed to break down barriers between social classes and races. Now, however, multiple lawsuits are not only the white parties, but also events referred to as freak-offs. Described by federal prosecutors as days-long gatherings in private hotel suites, these parties allegedly included sex acts involving multiple participants, drugs, and meticulously staged setups. These freak-off events, held regularly in New York and Los Angeles, allegedly involved hotel rooms stocked with drugs like ketamine, cameras, extra linens, and lighting setups to record sexual encounters. Combs is accused of coercing people into participating in these events, and prosecutors allege that he would intimidate attendees, physically assault them, and then demand they comply with his desires. The charges paint a disturbing picture of a man who not only sought control over others, but also reportedly maintained an organized system to intimidate and manipulate those around him. Gloria Allred, a prominent attorney known for her involvement in the Me Too movement, represents one of Combs' accusers. Allred's client, Talia Graves, claims she was drugged and sexually assaulted by Combs in 2001, but she had stayed silent out of fear. Allred suggests that the case could represent a significant turning point in the music industry, especially in terms of accountability for powerful figures. The allegations have not only drawn attention to Combs' lifestyle, but also exposed the extremes to which he would allegedly go to maintain control over his inner circle. His former partner, singer Cassie Ventura, who dated Combs for nearly a decade, filed a lawsuit in which she described a relationship marked by manipulation, control, and abuse. Ventura, according to her legal claims, alleges that Combs frequently used drugs and exerted control over her personal life, forcing her into uncomfortable situations and limiting her career opportunities. She claims he often threatened her and those around her, isolating her to ensure she had no other support. Her lawsuit opened a floodgate of similar allegations, with others coming forward to describe similar experiences. Former employees and associates have described the environment around Combs as one of intense scrutiny, where dissent was not tolerated. Shooter recalls that refusing Combs was rarely an option, and security measures were always in place to control the flow of people and information. Combs' mansion in Beverly Hills, with its high fences and flaming torches, was a fortress for his exclusive gatherings, and neighbors often called the police due to the loud parties. BBC reports obtained through Freedom of Information requests reveal that police were called to the estate over 14 times within a span of 7 years. These events were infamous, with neighbors reporting disoriented individuals lingering in the street, some reportedly too intoxicated to remember how they arrived there. The case against Combs took a serious turn when federal authorities seized weapons, high-capacity magazines, and other items during raids on his Los Angeles and Miami residences. Items confiscated include AR-15-style rifles, large quantities of lubricant, and lighting equipment, supporting some of the lawsuit claims of controlled and recorded abuse. Prosecutors argue that these raids provide evidence of a well-organized system of exploitation and intimidation that spanned years. For activists and survivors, the impact of Diddy's case is a potential beacon of hope for change within the music industry. They believe his arrest could symbolize a broader shift towards accountability in entertainment, a sentiment echoed by federal prosecutors. Damian Williams, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, indicated that Combs allegedly operated with the assistance of a network of close associates who helped him maintain control over those he exploited. The investigation is ongoing, and prosecutors suggest that more revelations could come to light in the future. In his last court appearance, Combs dressed in a beige prison uniform, mouthed "I love you" to his family as he gestured with hands pressed together, signaling a prayer to those in attendance. Fans who had gathered outside the courtroom tried to catch a glimpse of him, showing support even amid the mounting allegations. For those who once admired his charisma, the events of the past months are difficult to comprehend. Rob Shooter, reflecting on Combs' rise and fall, noted the irony in his former client's current notoriety. Diddy, he said, had always aimed to make himself one of the most famous people in the world, and in a tragic twist, his ambition seems to have finally succeeded, albeit for reasons neither he nor his fans would have ever imagined. That was all from us today for this video, folks. See you in the next one.